Hello and welcome to Conversations with Deborah Franklin. Y'all, this is going to be a show. What a way. I don't even know how to tell you, but this is the best way I could think of to launch off Women's History Month, but no other way. But hey, we are making history. Today, we got 3 phenomenal women, including myself, because I make up the third. And because I already know that I'm phenomenal, and these women that I have on tonight are phenomenal. We are getting ready to make Women's History Month fly off the calendar. After today, I don't know how we gonna be able to top this, but y'all, I'm so excited about what's gonna happen tonight. I'm so excited about who we have performing, who we're interviewing. It's just gonna be an amazing night. So sit back, relax, get you something to. I'm not gonna tell you to get something to drink, not just yet. We're not in that mode yet, but get ready. It's gonna be a show that's gonna knock your socks off. We'll be right back after this message for Motivational Moment. And I'm sitting there like, don't be calling us, we live. We don't take phone calls right now. I'm gonna say that music fit that video like real hot though, don't it? That truly was not on purpose.
We're coming in live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, y'all, we are back for Motivational Moment. I have told you so many times that we are in a season of shifting. I feel it all over the place. It feels like this is our time for getting shifted to another level. I feel like it's a time for us to be going even further than what we've been doing. So in other words, it's time for you to be elevated. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care how insecure that you're feeling. It's time for you to shake that feeling off. It's time for you to shake off all the negativity. It's time for you to cut off everybody that's a naysayer. It's time for you to take your stand, take your drive, and move to the front of the line. It's time for you to get out of that lane of mediocrity. Get out of that lane of the I can'ts and I won'ts and I cannot and I will not. It's time for you to get in the lane and say, it is my time. It is my time to succeed. It is my time to take it to another level. It is my time, because right now, I just have to tell you, something dropped in my spirit so hard and heavy that it just totally it annihilated me. It took me somewhere I never thought that I would go to. Y'all, I started thinking about all these women in the Bible, men in the Bible, all the miracles and things that were going on. And then I said, you know, what if they were stuck in the situation that I have been in? And then I was wondering and I was questioning. And I said, this is our season, especially in this season of elevation and this season of shifting, that we have got to take on the spirit of 3 people. And when you hear this, it's going to mess you up, because I'm telling you, you're not ready for this one. You have got to take on the spirit of Mary, Elizabeth, and Peter. Yeah, I said it. Mary, Elizabeth, and Peter. Because when you think about it, Elizabeth got what she prayed for. Mary got what she was not expecting. So this is our season to start thinking about whatever you've been praying for, whatever you've been believing God for. It is that time for it to happen. Mary got something that she wasn't even thinking about. But guess what? They were both pregnant with purpose. And when you're pregnant with purpose and you're pregnant with a destiny, you have got to do what you have to do to make sure that you take that to fruition. You have got to make sure that whatever you're pregnant with, you have got to carry it to full term. Because just because both of them questioned what they were pregnant with, but they never aborted it. You cannot abort what you are pregnant with in this season. You have got to hold on to it. Come hell or high water, you have got to make it happen. And then you got to take on the spirit of Peter, because Peter saw something that he wanted. Peter saw something that he wanted to do. And Peter had enough gumption in himself not to be like the other disciples and just sit in the boat and wait for the storm to end. He saw something. He saw something in the distance. He saw something that was across the river. He saw something that he wanted to get through. Then he saw what he wanted, and then he saw that it had been activated. It's time for you to activate what you want to do. Go ahead and say, let me walk on the water. Let me walk in my miracle. Let me walk in my purpose. Because when you do, you're going to walk on the water. You're going to do just what Jesus said. Come on. You have not because you ask not. But when you do that, like Peter, you may get in that situation of doubting. You may actually get in that situation of where you're going to fall, where you're going to feel like you're underwater. But guess what? Like Peter and unlike Peter, you're not going to fall. No, just like Peter, you're not going to sink and forget to where your help come from. Because when you start to sink and when you start to fall and when that doubt comes in and when those naysayers start coming at you from every hand, you're going to know at that moment you're just going to start yelling out the name of Jesus, because you're going to know from whence my help come. That's where I'm going to get delivered from. You're going to believe that everything that God has put in you, that everything that God has bestowed in you, that everything that you have been pregnant with, you're going to birth it, and it's going to walk on water, and it is going to be successful, and it is going to be a savior of the world, because you don't know what you are pregnant with. Either you're going to birth the person that's supposed to go forth and share the news, or you're going to be the one that births the news. So think about that. Take on that spirit of Mary, Elizabeth, and Peter, because this is our time to be elevated. All right, y'all, that is our motivational moment. I hope that you take that to heart and take it to another level. Spread it. That's why you got to like and share this, because we want everybody to get into that spirit of Mary, Elizabeth, and Peter. We'll be right back. y'all, we are back for our next segment. We got this author up in the joint, and I got to share something with y'all. Most of y'all know that I'm also one of the co-hosts on a show called The Tea, and on The Tea is an online book review show. And I get so tickled because sometimes people find me. And they'll send me stuff. And then my question is, so what show are you trying to get on? And I think she was trying to do both, but she sent it to me first, so she here first. So I was like, okay, I see she tried to play me, but it's all right. Because you know what? No, I'm just playing, y'all. It's just so amazing. Thank you so much, Donya, for coming on tonight to tell us about your book, because I thought it was really interesting just to jump right in. I wanted to ask you, first of all, tell everybody who you are and what you do and why should they even think about this book? What's the purpose of this?
All right. So my name is Donya, and I am a genealogical researcher. Basically, I research family history. And in 1996, I've been doing it for 25 years.
Wow.
And in 1996, I started doing the research on my grandfather's last name because it was so rare. And in the midst of me doing that, I found myself connected to American history. Now, you want to know why people should read this book? It's because, especially African Americans, they don't realize how closely connected they are to history. And I'm talking about American history. Mm-hmm. You know, they separate, and this may get me some people when I say this, but they separate Black history from American history, and they can't. They shouldn't.
Right.
It's not something that should be done because we wouldn't have one without the other.
Exactly.
So that's what my book is about. Me doing my research, using my research as a catalyst to show others how to research their family and look at what they found when they do it.
Okay, so is this a historical fiction or is it true?
It's a nonfiction book. It's historical. So, for example, just on 6th and P Street, there's a church called Springfield Baptist Church. Mm-hmm. My grandparents founded that church.
Wow.
And then they also founded the church that's in on 8th Street called New Hope Baptist. They founded 2 churches right here in D.C., but I found out that they came from a family of founders.
Okay.
So the place where they're from, which is Edgefield, South Carolina, which is the name of the book, comes to the light, learning about the entangled families of Edgefield. Mm-hmm. There are 3 churches there that my great-great-grandparents founded.
Wow.
So I'm like...
So you come from a family of planters.
I come from That's right.
That's amazing because how many of us, especially of the African-American descent, because... no matter what your denomination is, we probably have a lot of people, because I know my family, I have pastors and people that have founded churches. I have evangelists in my family. And it's interesting when I start to meet other people that have done the same thing, because I have one cousin, my gosh, she has taken our family and just really, I think by now we probably should have enough information to develop a book. Wink, wink, family, wink. We need to do the family book. It's nothing in my eye. I promise you, y'all. Yeah. So what makes this stand out? Why even do this whole genealogy piece? Because honestly, people don't like to talk about where they're from. They don't really get into that. So what made you really do it, and why is searching your genealogy important?
Well, for me, it gave me a sense of who I was.
Okay.
And I've come from a very, very strong family. People who lived in D.C. for more than 50 years know my family.
Wow.
That's just how I come from. My family are the Yeldales in the D.C. area.
Okay.
So people know who they are. If you hear it, they know it. But I started doing it because of the fact, like I said, my grandfather's name was so different. I thought it would be easy for me to do. And then I started to realize in my journey and what the things that I was learning, that when I was upset about things, I had no business being upset about it, because I started to learn what my family went through and the things that they had to go through to get to where they are. And then learning about Edgefield, South Carolina as a whole, I started to pick up things that wasn't in school, and I started to realize, well, wait a minute, this is history. Why am I not seeing this in history books at school? Why did I not learn that a man by the name of Robert Abbott was a black man who started the Chicago Defender, the longest running newspaper today, period?
It's from here.
No, he's from Chicago, but the thing is that he is credited for moving 500,000 African Americans from the South to the North during the second Negro migration. So people don't know that. It just started to come out in the Smithsonian. But these are things that should have been told from the very beginning. And then I started to learn things that I was actually connected to folks that I never thought I would be connected to. I'm connected to so far, because I also do DNA. So far, I'm connected to every president. Everyone. Yes, y'all looking at Barack Obama's cousin.
Shut the front door, y'all. We have just moved on.
And just to
Lord have mercy. Mr. Obama, I got your cousin on my show. I have just the real. Y'all better watch out.
That's right.
Come on here. Right. So, y'all, you trying to tell me you connected to the orange one too?
Yeah.
Oh, bless your achy, breaky heart. Yeah. On that note, let's move to the next question. Next question, because your cousin good and crazy. But anyway, did I say all that out loud? Y'all,
okay,
sorry. Okay, amen. Amen. So I have a question. So do you see this book being something that could be used as a textbook, as something that something that could be moved onto a college campus, or even high school curriculum? Where do you see this book going from here?
I see it more between high school and college. I see it because as a must read, simply because it teaches you how to do your research for your family. Okay. One of the biggest issues for African Americans is going past the 1870 census. Now that's an issue because before 1870, we weren't listed.
Oh, that's right, because we were invisible. We were invisible.
And so we were
property.
Right. We were on slave schedules, 1850, 1860 slave schedules. So you can't find yourself. You don't know who you are. And that's the biggest problem. Because we don't know who we are, now we're at a point where this ain't my country. It don't do nothing for me. When for real, my great grandmother, she was born in 1867. Before the 14th Amendment said that she was already a civilian here. But she was already here. And I can take it back even further than that. So I think that when people start to recognize and realize that they are from here, and this is just as much theirs as it is anybody else's, even though you have another spot that you come from, so does everybody else. My poor little orange cousin, he just runs his mouth all the time talking about Scandinavia. He wished people were from Norway. Right. Guess what?
That's where he from?
That's my DNA, honey, because so I'm here.
Woo-oo.
And I've been here. And that's what it is for a lot of the people out of the Edgefield area. I've come to the realization, as far as my family is concerned, that there's a man by the name of Preston Brooks. Preston Brooks was the man that beat the Charles Sumner, the abolitionist, on the Senate floor. Okay. That's my great-great-grandfather.
Shut the front door.
So it's different things like that I end up finding out. Things that you see in history and you start to learn, well, wait a minute. You mean to tell me my family actually witnessed the very history that's being taught? And we don't look at it like that. We don't see it in that way.
Well, and another piece that we don't look at and that we don't realize is that there were more freed slaves on this end. And that because my family is originally I'm originally from Texas. So most of my relatives are from Texas. And we have researched some things. And we even found out that one of my uncles actually founded a church out here in Virginia. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. But it's like we don't think about our contribution to this country as being a positive contribution but we're not teaching that because I work with youth. And the first thing I say, what is your history? And they were like, oh, we were slaves and we had Martin Luther King. And I was like, you're right, but there's more to black history than slavery. I said, what happened in between there? Do you think we just started from slaves and you just got right here?
And they don't know.
And they don't get it. And so I would encourage everybody, if nothing else, pick up her book. Pick her book so you can figure out, comes to the light. Because a lot of us need to know about our families and how they need to come to the light. Because if we knew where the light was and we knew where our families came from, we would not be so amped to repeat history if we knew our history. Because a lot of times we enslave ourselves. Yes. And like my cousins and I were talking one time, it's like we even talk about soul ties, but we don't talk about the generational soul ties. Right. And when you don't know your history, then you're trying to figure out, why is it so easy for me to steal? Why is it so easy for me to lie? Why is it so easy for me to be promiscuous? Because it's in your history. It's in your bloodline. It's your and we don't get it. And you kind of figure out, why is this so easy for me?
Yeah.
But have you ever thought that it's a soul tie that has came down from generation to generation to generation? And but until you know who Uncle, Cousin, Pookie and them really are, you don't know.
I have found out that in every generation in my family,
Mm-hmm.
there has been a politician.
Wow.
Every generation, all the way through, there's been a politician. There's been somebody completely and deep into it.
Wow. See, I didn't come from the good politicians, but I can promise you I can start church in a minute, in about 30 seconds or less. But I tell everybody I'm the resident church girl, because if I can't do nothing else, I can find a good Baptist hymn. It's in my history, it's in my DNA. It's like somebody can start humming. We all got the same hum. We like, yep, that's somebody we know. But Donya, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please tell us, how can we get the book? How can we contact you? If somebody is interested in doing their genealogy, if they could contact you, what could they do to come to you to even help them jumpstart their way to being finding their genealogy? Because it's 2017 and it's really sad that we're still saying some of the same conversations like when we were in high school.
Right.
This is crazy to me, and I don't understand why we're still. But again, if you don't know your history, you're amped to repeat it. So tell the people how they can get in contact with you.
Well, you can go on Facebook, and I'm on Comes to the Light. It's just look up Comes to the Light on Facebook. You can also go to Instagram, Comes to the Light book on Instagram. On Twitter, it's Comes to the Light, period. So everything is a branding thing. It's Comes to the Light. And if you want to know more information about your own history, follow Today's New Find in Black History. Because of this, I founded that.
Awesome.
And that's also on Facebook. And you can always learn something new, get a whole new thing going. And then as far as the genealogy is concerned, we have a Facebook page, because that I do with the business with my cousin.
Wow.
And we call it Genealogy Adventures. So if you go to Facebook and look up Genealogy Adventures, both there on Twitter and, not Instagram, but definitely there and Twitter, you can get Genealogy Adventures, and we will definitely be able to help you out.
Wow. Y'all, you have heard it right here. You have got to contact her so you can get your genealogy started, because when I tell you, looking at your history, you would be amazed when you start looking at your history and starting to find out who your relatives are, where they come from, and how this person begat that person, because a lot of times we don't really pay attention to that, but when you do, you be like, wow. I come from a long line of survivors, regardless if they were sharecroppers or if they were kings and queens. You come from a line of survivors. All right, guys, we'll be right back after these messages. Hey, y'all, we are back. I don't even know what to do. That last segment just blew me away. I got to give a shout out to my family, to all the Holidays, Joneses, and Franklins in Houston, Texas. Y'all, we killing it. We are already ahead of the game. We have already started our genealogy. And coming from, yes, I did say this out loud, I am a Holiday. A lot of people don't know because my last name is Franklin. I am a part of that crew. So, yes, the nose always gives it away, because then they start looking like, we think probably know somebody that know you. That's how you know me. But y'all, I just wanted to come on and give a few quick announcements. Last week I made a mistake. And I know that's hard to believe, but I made a mistake. I forgot to tell you guys, Jewel Monet, who sponsored last week's show, was actually hosting a contest. So tonight, if you would like to win a look by Jewel Monet, all you have to do is submit your email address. You can submit it in the information line, and actually go to my website, conversationsdeborahfranklin.com. When the email box pops up, put your email in there, and that way we'll know to put you in the drawing for a complete look from Jewel Monet. And the owner of that boutique is Donya Kennedy. She has agreed to that. If you want to if you're watching this live on Facebook, if you're watching it on Instagram, make sure you put your email address in the information line. Wherever you're watching it, we will get that information, because you will get a full look. I'm talking that she said she would do the jewelry, the outfit, and the shoes. So it's a whole look in that contest. So make sure you're doing that. Now, for conversations, y'all, we are looking for chefs and mixologists. If you want to come on and share about your business, because we want to start promoting everybody. If you want to come down, share your business with us, and of course, we want to do a tasting. You have to come on, and because we have a live audience, and I promise you, if you want some honest comments and you want to hear from some people that will tell you the truth, come to my show. Because my audience is always on point and ready to share about what they're doing. Now, a lot of you also, I don't even know how to do this, but I have launched a new portion of my business, and it's media coaching. So many times I've met people, I've interviewed people, and I saw where the need is. If you are a new author or even an existing author, now with the age of social media, with the age of video, you really need to know how to take your brand statement and be consistent with it. You need to know how to interview properly, and be able to talk to your interviewer to where you can get invited back. That's the key. You want them to be able to share your video, and then you also want to make sure you have video that you can share with others while you're interviewing. So many times we get caught up with, they called me, but then when they call you to do the interview about your book, about your song, about your new acting position, your new whatever, the new position that you're doing, you don't know how to converse properly. And I did say converse and not conversate. That you got for free, because the word is converse, and you need to know how to converse properly. I'm just saying. And then I have one more thing. I am accepting dates. My team was going to kill me because I had not been telling people that my calendar is open for if you need a keynote speaker, if you need an MC, if you need a speaker for any event that you're having, we are accepting dates. So please go to the website. All the information is there. You can actually email us at info at conversationsdeborahfranklin.com, or you can go directly to our website, conversationsdeborahfranklin.com, and get all the information that you need. So y'all, I have promised you, I have no more announcements. We getting ready to go to the fun part of this show. I got somebody that's making their debut tonight, right here on Conversations with Deborah Franklin. She's doing the debut of her single, and that is MsTia. Y'all, I don't even know what to say. Ain't nobody blessed like me, because I don't be a hater. Just go ahead and celebrate, because favor ain't fair. We'll be right back with MsTia.
Temperatures rising, but nights getting colder. Don't spread your wings to fly away from here. I got your back until the end. I'll never let you fall. You shine, you grind, your crown fits right. You're a valiant warrior.
I got my new homegirl, my new girlfriend, y'all. MsTia is in the place, y'all. I'm so excited to have her. She is an R&B artist, and she is indie.
Yes.
Indie.
Yes.
That's right there. I was sold right when she said she was indie, because how many of us are scared to step out and do things on our own, do things in a different way, and she is doing the darn thing. Because even from her bio, y'all, she is killing it in New Jersey, in Atlantic City. They standing room only, sold out.
Sold out.
Come on here, indie artists selling our stuff, selling our venues. And she decided to come on my show. Y'all,
Yes.
my show. Did y'all hear that? My show. Conversations with Deborah Franklin to debut her single.
Yes.
So tell us, who are you, honey? And most of all, tell us about this single. What's going on with this?
So the new single is called You Know, and it's a song that I wrote with my producers and I. It's a very inspirational song. You know what I mean? I didn't want to come out talking about relationships, and we could talk about that all day. You know, we can talk about love, we
good,
can talk
bad,
about-
or indifferent.
We can talk about everything, but I wanted to bring something to the table that would uplift people and that will empower and inspire people to just grow and do better and just love each other. You know what I mean? Let's lift each other up.
And, I think that's what's so key, especially to what we're doing, what everybody is doing, is that we don't want to celebrate each other. We don't
Exactly.
want to tell them, you can do better.
Exactly.
You can do this. And that's why I like that song, because she's using one of my favorite phrases,
You know.
So what was I guess that would be the inspiration behind it, but what motivated you for that to even be your single? As opposed to something that's, how I'm sorry, I'm using again. I apologize, y'all.
So to be honest with you, Deborah, I didn't want to release the song at first because I thought that it wasn't going to appeal to the masses.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think that it would go far, in the industry, because it wasn't talking about the things that we're talking about today, like relationships and stuff like that. So I was afraid to put it out. But I was in a relationship, and, he was chasing his dreams, and I was chasing mine. And instead of me saying, okay, bickering back and forth about things that, I didn't like in a relationship, I said, you know what, let me try to build this man up. Let me try to lift him up. So that's what the song is about. And it's talking to the kings and the queens, and you and I.
I like it. And hey, Tanya Moore. Thank you for watching from Philly. Thank you. Make sure you like it.
cousin.
Oh, well, hey, cousin. I like Kinfolk, because Kinfolk gonna support you, y'all. Especially when you're doing something good. That's when they really want to say, yeah, that's my cousin. Because you're gonna start having, look, wait till she really, everybody gonna be your cousin pretty soon. And that is the funny part about, and we just got through talking about genealogy in the last segment. So, because everybody's gonna want to be your cousin. But it's like, tell us, I just want to know, who is MsTia? Tell us something about you.
So I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Everybody knows that I'm a Philly girl. So I started singing a long
I
time
won't
ago.
hold that against you.
So I started singing a long time ago when I was a little girl. I want to say around about 6.
Okay.
But I really didn't take singing seriously until I was about 16 years old. My cousin was murdered. He was murdered in Philadelphia, and singing was my way of communicating with him. Some people find their gifts and their talents other ways, but that was just my way of communicating back to him. Mm-hmm. So went to Lincoln University. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I know Howard's over there.
Yeah,
but
Howard
I
is
went to
over
Lincoln
there.
University.
But I'll let you slide, because Texas Southern is sitting right here. TSU is in the house. We'll let you slide.
Y'all let me slide
We're gonna
today.
let you slide. But I'm glad you said that, because so many times we don't want to talk about the HBCUs.
Right,
And
right.
it's like we
have
got to
to.
get, because somebody I had on my I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Just totally taking this conversation where it was not planned to go. I had on my TSU hoodie, and somebody's like, I can't believe you wearing that out here. I'm like, why wouldn't I? I'm proud of my school.
Exactly.
Baby, all my good coin went to that
Exactly.
school. That good
Exactly.
undergraduate degree. And we had a conversation on the way up here. We were talking about what's missing from a lot of our schools. It is that HBCU dynamic.
Absolutely.
That's the only school I know that the professor still call your mom and them when you
Really?
messing up. And it's still a couple of schools, I think, in New Orleans that still do bed checks.
Wow.
Yeah, so, you cannot. Yeah, like for real. Dillard still does it. Yeah. Dillard, and there's
Okay.
one other one, I think, in New Orleans that Xavier. That's it. Dylan and Xavier. They said, I'm so glad I got an audience tonight because they helping me sound real smart. But it's like they still do bed checks because they are serious about their kids graduating. They're serious about them getting their education. And it's Women's History Month. So women, we got to start making history.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter where you graduate, but HBCU will help you get there a little fast.
Right.
I'm just saying. Just saying. Did somebody say Howard? Oh, I'm going to say that's across the street. Okay, we getting the amen from the amen corner. Yes, honey. Okay, I'm sorry that I interrupted your story. Come on, girl.
So I went to Lincoln University, and at that point, that's when I started taking singing seriously. I was in a gospel choir, concert choir, and I was singing all around campus. But when I graduated school, I came out and I started working. And I was like, you know what? A light bulb went off in my head. I was like, okay, I'm working, but I'm not really living. Do you know what I mean? So
you preaching to the choir, boo. Preaching to the choir.
So I was working, and I saw an interview with Pharrell and Oprah.
Okay.
And he said in his interview, you know, a lot of people think that it's money that you need to get started. He said, but it's not so much the money, it's the people that you need. You need the right people behind you to push you forward. So I said, okay, well, let me do this. So a light bulb just went off in my head, and I said, I think I can do this. I got my team together, we came together, and we just started putting stuff out there.
You know, you said something that's really key, and I tell that to anybody. You are as big as your team.
Absolutely.
Because if your team is jacked up, and I hate to say it like that, but you jacked up.
Yep.
It's like even down to who you have doing your social media, who you have helping you with emails, who you have doing phone calls. A lot of times we think those are like the simple stuff. That you don't think about that's representing you before.
That's your brand.
Girl, say that one more again.
That's your brand.
You
gotta
yes.
protect it. That's your brand.
Girl, that's like your brand is your baby.
Absolutely.
Your brand is just like let's go back to the genealogy. Your brand is your family name. You have got, like we back in the day when your mom and them, you say, you better not go out here and embarrass me. You don't let nobody go out and embarrass your brand.
Absolutely.
And so with you protecting your brand, how did you pull together a team? And let's be real honest. Come on, y'all.
Absolutely.
We starting out. I'm looking at the Facebook. I'm looking at everybody. When you are starting out, you don't have, let's just be honest, you don't have the coin per se. How did you convince these people to buy into your vision, to come on board with you with, y'all in the background, I'm going to be in the front. How did you convince them to be your support system?
That's a great question. So, if I can, just a little bit. So I was having a conversation with my mentor the other day. Well, I'm sorry, to answer your question, my team is my family right now. My family backs me up 1,000%.
Yes.
So when you talk about people believing in my vision and what I'm doing, my family. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I was having a conversation with my mentor the other day, and he was talking about the difference between a samurai and a ronin. So we're talking about...
Come on here.
I'm not into martial arts or, stuff like that, but he said that the samurai is a person that he'll cut you, but he'll cut you to push you. And the ronin is the person that will cut you to assassinate you.
Wow.
He said you have to know the difference between the samurais in your life and the ronins in your life.
Girl, you about to make me run up through here.
So when you talk about forming a team,
right,
I have to identify the ronins and the samurais to bring on my team. You can't have ronins in your life.
Because you know what? Because a samurai, girl, come on. Because I'm about to preach this right up in here. Because, see, the samurai are the people that will cut you for your good.
For your good.
Because they going to push you forward. Because they going to give you that criticism that you really need. Absolutely. As opposed to that, they might tell you, baby, that hairstyle is not right.
Exactly.
But they being for real and love it. Not as opposed to telling you this is not right because they being haters.
Exactly.
Let's be real. Because there's so many people, especially when you start to go into this industry. This industry it's like you feel like you pulling out. It's like all the crays just come at the same time, and it's like they come from everywhere. People that you thought were your friends, and you like.
That's why it's important to know who the ronins are in your life and who the samurais are in your life.
I love it.
You gotta identify that up front so you know who's on your team and who's not.
Girl, you just don't even know. I'm gonna have to say that because y'all know it's gonna be a motivational moment real soon. You're gonna have to know who the samurais and the ronins are. Y'all, right. I'm messed up. So, y'all, we gonna take a break so I can get myself together, and we gonna prepare for MsTia to perform. Wait, before we do that, I have got to share something with y'all that was the ultimate in promotion that we did this week for this particular show, and it just happened naturally. It happened in a way that it goes along with what we've been saying, celebrating a sister. Celebrate a sister. We did that all last month. We're going to do it this month, is celebrate a sister. In other words, hashtag celebrate a sister. Right. Because the sisters that I had on this show, when I tell you they were cross-promoting they were collaborating, and we never even said, hey, collaborate. And they showed something that hardly ever happens in this industry. So what makes you so open to collaborate with others?
I feel like I have to be. You know what I mean? I feel like in order to exceed in this industry in what I'm doing, you have to collaborate with people. It gives you brand new ideas. It allows you to be more creative in what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I can stick to what I'm doing, what Tia's doing, but it may not be what, the people like. But if you bring somebody else in and collaborate with others, it opens you up to a brand new audience.
Oh, amen.
You know what I mean? It allows you to have a different perspective on what you're doing.
And I could not have said that better, because I totally appreciated everything that these ladies did for this show, because I've never seen guests. When I tell you they was liking and sharing and liking, and they was like, I'm going to be on the show with her. I'm going to be on the show with her. I was like, okay, y'all, come on.
That's what it's
I was loving it. Well, y'all, I promise you, we're going to be back. MsTia's getting ready to take us to another level. She getting ready to rock the house with, what's the name of our single? You know. All right, we'll be right back. Hey, y'all, we are back, y'all. I promise you, we're not doing a duet today. I'm not gonna put you through that. MsTia is getting ready to debut her single live here on Conversations with Deborah Franklin. Y'all sit back and get ready, and make sure that you're liking and sharing, and most of all, tell us what you think. She definitely wants to hear your comments. She wants to know all about it. I'm saying that so you can start, and make sure they're nice. Be nice. Yeah, be nice. But y'all, you're not gonna have to. I don't even know why I said that, because she getting ready to rock the house. MsTia.
Y'all want to clap y'all hands just a little bit? If y'all know it, y'all can sing along. I know some of y'all already know it.
I believe in you. I fight, I cry, I try. I see the King in you. I dream, you dream, we grow. All things are possible, nothing's unachievable. Our backs against the wall, He'll see us through. I know it feels like the water's on your shoulders. Temperatures are rising, but nights getting colder. Don't spread your wings to fly away from here. I got your back until the end. I'll never let you fall. You shine, you grind, your crown fits right. You're a valiant warrior. You know, you know, you know, I believe in you. I fight, I cry, I try. I see the Queen in you. I dream, you dream, we grow. All things are possible, nothing's unachievable. Our backs against the wall, He'll see us through. Let me speak life into you. Give me your heart, your soul, your mind. One day you're up, one day you're down, but you can turn it all around. 'Cause I hear you say, let the chips fall where they may, but that's no way to think. Baby, you deserve much more. Wait and see what's in store. Your story's far from over, girl. It's your time to show the world. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, but if we don't struggle, there's no way we can win. Just remember that you're bound to fall. There's no growth without pain. Just stay strong, just hold on. Clap your hands, everybody. Come on, clap your hands, everybody. Hey, hey. Y'all feeling it? Y'all like it? We're gonna make it through. I know, I know, I know. I see the best in you. Keep fighting, keep crying, keep trying, yeah. Whoa. Listen, y'all. All things are possible. Nothing's unachievable. Whoa. My back, your back, He'll see us through. Be encouraged, y'all. Thank you so much, Miss Deborah.
Live on Conversation with Deborah Franklin. You know, y'all, I don't even know what else to say, but you know,
Get it.
See, y'all wasn't ready. Y'all wasn't ready. Me neither. Y'all, I'm so excited about having her here with me tonight. I'm going to call up our other guest. Come on up. Miss Donya. Y'all, this is true black girl magic tonight. Absolutely. This is like black girl magic on a whole nother level. In all seriousness, ladies, we have got to learn how to unite. We have got to learn how to collaborate. We have got to learn how, no matter what you are doing, whether you're an author, whether you're a singer, a radio host. It doesn't matter. We have got to learn how to collaborate because our platforms are just that. Our platforms is there for everybody to join in, everybody to get on board and be able to share their differences, because how can we learn our history? How can we be a part of anything great if we don't start learning how to work together with each other? Because just like she said earlier, believe it or not, in order for people to get all the slaves together, they didn't have internet. It was about word of mouth. It was about sharing things. It was about talking and getting to know your families and sharing what was going on with the people around you. So guys, that's where we are tonight. Let's go ahead and launch off Women's History Month and make history by women uniting, standing together, and becoming on one accord. So ladies, we're going to start with Donya. Tell them how they can find you and just give our last part of our words, and then we're going to come back to Tia. She's going to share how she can be found as well.
Again, Facebook.
Girl, hold this mic.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. No, again, it's going to be, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Everything is Comes to the Light. It's either going to be Comes to the Light or just Comes to the Light book. And my book is sold on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Awesome. I did not say that. But yeah, I just downloaded your song.
Yes, thank you.
I love it. And I just downloaded it. And I'm proud of everything that you're doing. And I'm watching you. And I'm going to follow you. I'm a Spotify fan. So everything that I have right now, you're on it.
Thank you so much, Queen. So guys, you can find me. You can log on to my website at IamMsTia.com. You can also find me on all social media outlets. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Instagram, it's IamMsTia. Facebook, it's MsTia Music. And Twitter, it's MsTia Music. And the song You Know is also out on all digital media outlets. Google Play, Tidal, Spotify. That's right. You name it, it's on there. Apple Music, iTunes.
Come on here. I'm hanging out with celebrities tonight. They famous. They real good and famous. But and also, I almost forgot, the 21-day challenge has started. So make sure you go on my website, go onto our page, and download the 21-day challenge journal. You can go to Gumroad, download 21-day challenge journal, because the journal is amazing. And I'm not saying that because I wrote it myself, but yeah, I wrote it, so I'm gonna pat my own self on the back. That's book number 2 for the girl. So I want y'all to go download 21 days 21 minutes of prayer and meditation, because that particular book will help you in this journey on our challenge. Because in that challenge, I promise you, it's not easy, but you can do it. And because the biggest challenge that we had was, we have to stay positive. We have to say, you are great, you are awesome. We cannot use I can't and but. I can't and but cannot be in your vocabulary for the next 21 days. And you know what they say happens in 21 days? That's how you form a new habit. And that's what we have got to do. We have got to start learning how to form habits of support, form habits of being able to say, just like she just said, that's what sisters have got to do. That's how our black girl magic is going to take it to another level. Being able to tell another sister, girl, you bad, and you know you bad, and I support you. And you got to start, bottom line, you got to start downloading, because we can't continue to say that we support and we're not doing it financially. My download is only $6.21. How many of you have gotten a book, a journal for $6.21? Her download is only $1.99. How many of y'all ain't got $2? Go download this child's song. Support this child. And I don't know if Donya gonna be running a sale, but you need to go get her book as well. And not only get her book, have her to come out and talk to you and your family about the genealogy, how to get started. Because I promise you, when you start doing genealogy, you're gonna look at Ancestry.com and be like, and be like, because it's more than, your genealogy is more than your DNA, because that's how you act, that's how you move, that's how you matriculate through everything that you do. A lot of times I walked in, this is a true story, y'all. My uncles cracked me up, because I'm the only girl preacher, and I don't normally say this out loud, because a lot of times people start to judge you when they know that you got that REV in front of your name. And so my uncles, I walked in and I said something. He said, "Yep, you got it." I said, "I got what?" "Yeah, you the one got that preacher voice." So I said, "Hey, I learned it from my uncles." So So y'all, I promise you, learning your genealogy, learning to hang out with family, learning to celebrate each other and being there for each other. And most of all, remember, never meet a stranger. Always meet somebody and be ready to be an uplifter as opposed to somebody that tears it down. Well, y'all, thank you for joining us tonight here live on Conversations with Deborah Franklin. We are out. Love you to life.